WTVW on Channel 12 will bring you what we sincerely believe will be some of the most outstanding entertainment, news, and sports programs Milwaukee has ever seen.
70 years of news.
Channel 12 is still the one you can turn to.
70 years of service.
And the amount we're up to now is higher than anything we've ever done.
70 years of local television history.
Hi, boys and girls. It's time to join Punky and his pals.
This is WISN 12, celebrating 70 years.
WISN-TV signed on the air 70 years ago today, October 27th, 1954. Hello, and thanks for joining us on our big anniversary.
We've had 7 decades of serving southeastern Wisconsin, leading the way with important local coverage and being here for you.
So come along as we celebrate our past, our present, and our future.
Turning for the last day of the work week, how warm will it get?
Leading the way with important local coverage.
In 2024, this is the tune and look that signal news is on the way. But go back 70 years and you can see
Channel 12 telecasts 9 newscasts daily, plus local and network news specials.
WISN 12 has evolved. Even the call letters changed.
This is Channel 12, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, WTVW, Wisconsin's television window.
October 27th, 1954.
WTVW starts carrying tonight the premiere performance of Walt Disney's Disneyland.
ABC affiliate WTVW, not WISN, hit the airwaves from its no-frills studios at Milwaukee's Lincoln Park.
Congratulate the management of station WTVW for the enterprise in putting this station on the air.
By the next year, Hearst bought the station and changed the call letters to WISN, which stood for Wisconsin News. Construction began on new facilities at 19th and Wells. The ABC affiliate switched to CBS for a time in the early 1960s, and by then, a young journalism graduate from UW-Madison started working in Milwaukee news.
But it was conservative, it was formal, it was more like listening to lectures to me at UW than what we see as news delivery today.
Bunny Rosh joined WISN in 1970, producing and reporting.
And what's it like being back in this building?
Wonderful. It brings back so many warm memories.
By 1974, Rosh made history.
This is Channel 12 Action News.
Good evening, everyone.
Becoming Milwaukee's first primetime female anchor.
It meant that there was some opportunity to be a role model for other people, and particularly young people. The news philosophy when I started here was as it was at all stations. It was very superficial. It was go to the mayor's news conferences and play a clip from the mayor, and you never moved beyond that. We just felt that the audience deserved to get more out of television news than just the bare facts. They needed to get an understanding of whatever the story was about.
Mark Segrist worked in the WISN 12 newsroom as the philosophy was changing.
We were told be bold and be aggressive, and we were. Our direction was you are not going to wait to be called upon in the news conferences. And that ruffled a few feathers with our colleagues across the street.
And viewers started to notice.
Milwaukee's TV news race never used to be much of a contest.
Perennially last in the market, WISN 12 had momentum in this ratings horse race.
But before you pick your favorite, take a good hard look at the entire field.
And so for a couple of years, we saw the 12 horse moving forward. And you could clearly see the difference in the ratings.
Finally, in July of 1978, Channel 12's 10 p.m. news finished first, with aggressive reporting, technological advances, and anchors who connected with viewers.
Vince Gibbons, Jerry Taft, Channel 12 Action News.
We were pioneers. We had the first mobile newsroom. We could go anywhere in the world by satellite. We had the first helicopter. It was amazing the things we did in the early days.
When you watch our product today, what do you see?
I see the #1 newscast in the market for very good reasons.
That's no accident.
No. and all of you are incredibly capable.
So much has changed in 70 years. We don't just reach you on television, we have a wealth of content, information, and streaming news on WISN.com and on our mobile app. We use all of this to keep you connected to the community.
We have so much more to come on our 70th anniversary special.
70 years of service.
We really put out a plea, and as people usually do in Milwaukee, they responded very generously.
WISN TV's important work on behalf of the community.
The need is great. It is every year.
And some dear friends stopped by to share special memories.
And it stretched you, and it was a big stretch and a hug to the community.
Hello, Milwaukee. I'm Sean Robinson here in Los Angeles. I hosted Milwaukee's Talking and anchored the weekend news back in the early 90s. I am so proud to be a part of the station's history, and I am wishing WISN TV congratulations on its 70th anniversary.
Welcome back to our 70th anniversary special.
Community service has always been a priority at WISN TV.
We've helped a wide variety of groups and organizations through phone banks, telethons, and donation drives. One of our biggest causes has been helping the hungry through a long partnership with Hunger Task Force.
There's a feeling in the air that you can't get anywhere except Milwaukee.
It started with a song.
Makes no difference where I go.
Hello Milwaukee debuted in 1978. It was a popular promotion, a love song to the community.
We wanted to set ourselves apart from the other stations by saying to Milwaukee, you're wonderful. We grew up here too. We love you. And we're on the air saying, we love you, Channel 12 loves you. Well, we had to prove it.
Mary Alice Tierney was WISN's Community Services Director in the late 70s.
You know, thousands of Milwaukee families are hungry, but if a lot of people give a little food, it'll make a big difference.
A recession was at hand. People were hurting and hungry.
The money doesn't last.
WISN wanted to help and launched Food for Families by Thanksgiving 1978.
Then, on your way out of the store, just place the food in the bright yellow Food for Families barrel.
We knew that if we could help the people of Milwaukee understand needs, that they would respond generously.
The station coordinated the food drive with multiple pantries and the early version of what would later become the Hunger Task Force.
And the thing that Channel 12 did was it kept highlighting that everybody made a difference, and together we made the difference.
Mainly because of all of you, we've had a very impressive month.
But despite our decades of work with Hunger Task Force, the problem of hunger hasn't gone away.
Housing costs and food costs and costs for everything have just accelerated, and we haven't kept pace.
Earlier this year, the WISN team packed senior stock boxes at the Hunger Task Force warehouse. We're still those good neighbors sharing the love in that catchy song from nearly 50 years ago.
Because we've been around for 50 years and you've been around for 70 years, and we're institutions in the community. It's really just historic.
Together, WISN and the Hunger Task Force have raised a lot of money, more than $2.4 million since 2012.
Still ahead on our 70th anniversary special.
Rapidly changing TV technology, how we've kept pace, and what it means for viewers. Plus, we'll dig into the Weather Promotions archive for a little fun and a surprise.
I'm DeMarco Morgan in New York City, a former anchor and reporter for WISN, now with the GMA3. And a big congratulations to my favorite station in Milwaukee and its viewers on 70 great years.
You know, we have seen incredible changes in technology in 7 decades, in television and in our daily lives.
TV is a technology-driven business, and it's constantly evolving. In the early days of TV, film was the industry standard. News photographers would race back to the station with the day's story on hundreds of feet of film, which had to be processed before it could air.
We could shoot 100 feet of film, which is 3 minutes, and we didn't know if we had anything or not till we got back, put it in the processor, and it came out. And you're lucky when every time it came out, you marveled.
In the 70s, film gave way to videotape. The cameras were big and heavy, but videotape was faster and didn't need processing.
Today, videotape seems ancient. The digital revolution has news photographers shooting on smaller, lighter cameras and images captured on cards the size of a thumbnail.
Even how we go live has changed. We used to rely on satellite and live trucks. Now our crews use a backpack of digital equipment ready to go live anywhere with an internet connection. That helps us get news to you faster. Weather forecasting has seen huge technological changes too.
That's almost an understatement. Take a look at popular Channel 12 weatherman Howard Gurnett back in the day.
So it's been, well, one of our clouds has slipped here, for heaven's sakes. That will never do. Let's get the lightning straightened up there. How'd that happen?
You just gotta keep going. Mark, you remember the magnets.
Oh, I used these many times during our Summerfest broadcast back in the 90s. They were fun, but we certainly have much better tools now. Let's pause this, and we're going to do a lot of different things and kind of take you inside of this storm. When I first started, computer graphic technology was still relatively new, and so you were just starting to see this new frontier in terms of weather forecasting, in terms of weather presentation. Let's show it to you again on Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar. Radar has improved, a ton, even in my time here. Even though it's relatively the same radar dome that's used out at the National Weather Service, there's been so many improvements inside of that. As computer speed has changed, that's changed everything. That takes us into a place that we've never been able to go before. Seeing tornadoes develop before they're even hitting the ground.
Babe, call the National Weather Service. It's touching down.
These things are incredibly important to warn those people down the line. This is what we need to do. We're keeping you and your family safe as these storms are moving in. We can tell you exactly how fast they're moving. We can tell you when they're going to get to your community. That's the cool thing, that we can storm track now. I can stand over in the chroma key wall in front of the green screen, and I can do everything with my hands. Even bigger technological changes are coming. Phased array radar will be able to see storms instantly, and artificial intelligence, AI, will help us interpret what's on radar. Now let's have a little fun with some past weather promotions.
Mark said it would be like this.
When you need to know what tomorrow's weather will bring, turn to Mark Baden and the Weather Watch 12 team.
I was so young. We aired this campaign just a couple years after I started here in 1997.
Mark said it would be like this.
Here's one from the 1980s that I think some folks will definitely remember.
My mom dresses me funny because of John Milan.
Very cold polar air now pushing through Wisconsin. Very cold for this time of the year. Mom, time to bundle up those kids and dress them warm for school.
My dad dresses me funny because he is John Milan.
Retired meteorologist John Milan worked for decades in Milwaukee. We asked our own Sally Severson, also retired, to catch up with John and the special someone from that promotion.
Who is the one that was dressed funny?
That was me.
That was her.
And this is Jessica Milan, who is in the spot. Jessica, what do you remember about it?
Just remembering it from seeing it being played back. Don't really remember it. I probably was only 3 years old when they filmed that, but it was a very cute commercial.
It really was. John, did people know it was your daughter, do you think?
I don't know, because like you said, that was a long time ago, and they would come up to me and say, "Who's who's the person who plays your daughter?" And I'd go, "That's my daughter. What are you talking about?"
What was it like growing up with your dad on TV, Jessica?
Well, it was always wild, being in that public eye, I guess you would say, and everywhere we went, everyone knew your father. And even with that commercial, I would get questions, even in high school, "Was that you? We loved that commercial." It's like being famous on a small scale.
You are famous.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thrilled for both of you and your lovely life that you've made in the Carolinas.
Sally, I remember when you first came to Channel 12.
I remember coming into the building in 1986, and you started to teach me your method for forecasting snowfall. And do you know?
Oh, yeah.
I continue to use that for years as one of my tools.
Well, great, but I'm glad you held on to some of those concepts. That's great.
I held on to a lot of the things that you taught me, so I'm very grateful for all of the things that you helped me form in the early part of my career. All right, John, Jessica, very nice to see all of you.
Great to see John, his daughter Jessica, and Sally Severson again. That's our walk down memory lane for Weather Watch 12. Joyce and Deanna, back to you.
Mark, thank you so much. Coming up, the future of broadcasting.
What might the next 70 years hold?
But we're going to have to evolve to the technology and the fragmentation.
Then, 70 years of memories. Former WISN personalities look back on the big stories of their careers.
One night, we went 29 minutes past our sign-off because of Operation Football. We had 6 packages, 9 highlight tapes, all the scores. I got off the air and I thought my co-anchors were going to kill me because they're about 29 minutes late. They just sat there and they said, that was really fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our conversation with the candidates. Tonight, we are joined by the Republican incumbent, Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker, and his Democratic challenger, Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett. And it was so nice to have a TV station say, we're going to preempt our regular programming to do what a TV station should do. We're going to do public service. We're going to serve the public.
70 years of news coverage. That's a countless number of news stories.
We asked some former WISN TV anchors and reporters to tell us about stories and events that stick with them to this day.
There are a lot of people frustrated by this. What do you say?
When I ran down former Milwaukee County Executive Tom Ament, he and some buddies had arranged a scandalous windfall upon retirement. And so we at Channel 12 were going to track him down, and we found him. And he was so frustrated, he whirled around and he grabbed the microphone out of my hand and handed it to his aide. It was a great journalism moment.
And probably the biggest story of all was when the students in Tehran seized the American embassy, and a young man from Oak Creek, Kevin Hermaning, was one of the Marine Guards there. So his mother, Barbara Tim, and her husband, Ken, went to Paris and eventually to Tehran, and we went with them.
Jerry Taft, Channel 12 Action News, Paris.
We took Milwaukee to the world repeatedly. And just, I mean, if it needed doing, we just did it.
When I was assigned to do Tuesday's Child, I thought, I was like, really? I'm gonna go out and have fun on television?
Oh my gosh, you got a bullseye!
And I just fell in love with the segment, but I saw it as a service. I don't have any kids, but I have 1,400 kids, you know? It's pretty cool.
We going down in history, baby.
I covered 4 Final Fours, 4 Rose Bowls. The Badgers actually played in 6 or 7. 3 Super Bowls. Of course, the NBA Finals when the Bucks won it. The Brewers reaching the National League Championship Series a couple of times. In the time I was here, every team was good. And that made it a lot of fun to cover.
Boys, do you hear the fire alarm?
Well, the one that stands out the most is our Peabody Award-winning investigation into flaw with smoke alarms. We discovered that kids weren't waking up to the sound of smoke alarms. That came as a surprise to the smoke alarm industry and to the government consumer regulators who were overseeing all of the safety protocols. We changed home safety for families everywhere with that investigation.
The obvious ones would be Stephen Avery.
I'm innocent. I won't do nothing to harm nobody.
The last place the Green Bay woman was seen was at the home of Stephen Avery. And I stood up and went, what?
Couldn't believe it. Somebody missing, it's not good.
That to all of a sudden hear that this missing woman, Teresa Halbach, had last been seen on Stephen Avery's property just made my head spin.
It's been great to see so many friends come back for this special.
What about the next 70 years? Our Derek Rose sat down with a top Hearst Corporation executive to ask about the future of local television news.
I'm going to take one of our company terms, forecasting our future. We've made it to 70 years. How do you forecast what the future is like for WISN?
Well, I'm going to go broader than WISN and talk about local television. I think we're in an unprecedented time. We've said that a lot, but this truly is an unprecedented time with technology, streaming, the advent of artificial intelligence. But I think what's true to all of that, or the underpinnings of all of that, is quality journalism matters, regardless of what the platform is. It's such an important bedrock of democracy that what we do and what you do is so critical to the success of a local community that as you look forward, we'll evolve with technology, but as long as we stay committed to quality, we'll be successful.
I'll ask you to finish this statement. At 70 years, WISN and Hearst will be?
I think we're going to be a bedrock of the community. I think we are going to be an important participant in the development of our future. And most importantly, I think we're going to be a critical source of truth for the people of Milwaukee and Wisconsin.
So how are we doing at 70?
We asked a few of you to tell us.
It's now. It's what they're talking about is now. It's not something in the past. It's about now, like the traffic report, the weather report, what's happening in Milwaukee.
Keep up the good work, and I hope you have another 70 years here in Milwaukee.
I love the broadcasters, the anchor. They're always very down to earth. From Kathy Mickaby, Jerry Taft, right? And then of course Mark Baden, right? And the weather, what did Mark say?
As we close, we want to say a special thank you to you, our viewers.
Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. Thank you for watching WISN 12 News today and every day.
Just place the food in the bright yellow Food for Families barrel.
When we became really aware of what a serious problem hunger was in Milwaukee.
The money doesn't last.
People are hurting everywhere. We decided to do a food drive.
Feeding families.
We didn't want to say food for the needy, food for the poor. It's food for families.
Helping the hungry.
As people usually do in Milwaukee, they responded very generously.
Thank you. I don't think I could find another word other than thank you very much.
Partnering for a greater good.
And we're institutions in the community. It's really just historic.
Today, Hunger Task Force and WISN 12 celebrate 70 years of service.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. We're celebrating our 70th anniversary. WISN TV signed on the air October 27th, 1954.
For almost 50 of those 70 years, we've worked with Hunger Task Force on a critical mission, feeding hungry people in southeastern Wisconsin.
This year, we're expanding our commitment to Hunger Task Force. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll celebrate that partnership and see it in action.
Let's take a look at how this all began.
There's a feeling in the air that you can't get anywhere except Milwaukee.
It started with a song.
Makes no difference where I go, you're the best.
Hello Milwaukee debuted in 1978. It was a popular promotion, a love song to the community.
Channel 12 loves you.
We wanted to set ourselves apart from the other stations by saying to Milwaukee, you're wonderful. We grew up here too. We love you.
Channel 12 loves you.
And we're on the air saying, we love you, we love you. Channel 12 loves you. Well, we had to prove it.
Mary Alice Tierney was WISN's Community Services Director in the late 70s.
You know, thousands of Milwaukee families are hungry, but if a lot of people give a little food, it'll make a big difference.
It was a time of stagflation, high unemployment, and high inflation.
The types of families that are now needing assistance have changed. We're seeing many more people who have been laid off from their jobs, their unemployment benefits running out.
A recession was at hand, and Milwaukee would lose 50,000 manufacturing jobs between 1979 and 1983.
Simultaneous with the cut in jobs, you had cuts in unemployment, you had cuts in food stamps, you had cuts in child nutrition programs.
People were hurting and hungry.
The money doesn't last.
WISN wanted to help and launched Food for Families by Thanksgiving 1978.
Then, on your way out of the store, just place the food in the bright yellow Food for Families barrel.
We knew that if we could help the people of Milwaukee understand needs, that they would respond generously, because that was the culture of this community, and it still is.
The station coordinated the food drive with multiple pantries and the early version of what would later become the Hunger Task Force.
Our generous viewers donated 4.5 tons of food.
Feeding families has been a joint mission for WISN and the Hunger Task Force ever since that first food drive. We're partners who have raised money through telethons, picked up donations in those familiar collection barrels, and delivered food with dignity to the people who need it most.
You know, that name Food for Families was also in support of what we were trying to do. We didn't want to say food for the needy, food for the poor. It's food for families, for children and moms and grandparents.
And the thing that Channel 12 did was it kept highlighting that everybody made a difference, and together we made the difference.
Please join me. Food for Families. It's a big job, Milwaukee, but together we can.
Fast forward to 2020.
Schools statewide must shut down at the end of the day today.
The COVID-19 pandemic presented a different challenge. Schools and restaurants were closed. Wisconsin farmers with nowhere to sell their milk were dumping it in fields.
About 30,000 gallons of milk a day is all being dumped.
We decided that we would buy that milk and get it bottled and get it out to food pantries across the state. And WISN joined in on fundraising for that. And in that first month, in April, raised $666,000 just from TV viewers. It was amazing.
In total, that campaign raised over $1 million. For that effort, the National Association of Broadcasters Foundation gave WISN its 2021 Celebration of Service to America Award. But despite our decades of work with Hunger Task Force, the problem of hunger hasn't gone away.
Housing costs and food costs and costs for everything have just accelerated, and we haven't kept pace.
Earlier this year, the WISN team packed senior stock boxes at the Hunger Task Force warehouse. Those are nutritious boxes of food staples delivered to nearly 10,000 low-income seniors every month. We're still those good neighbors sharing the love in that catchy song from nearly 50 years ago.
Because we've been around for 50 years and you've been around for 70 years, and we're institutions in the community. It's really just historic.
Together, WISN and Hunger Task Force have raised a lot of money, more than $2.4 million since 2012.
Living in an ag state such as Wisconsin, we know that food begins with farmers. Hunger Task Force is also in the business of farming. The organization has a farm where it grows fruits and vegetables for people who lack access to fresh produce. The farm is a near year-round operation, and we visited in all 4 seasons. At a time of year when the trees are starting to bud,
we grow over 20 different crops.
The crops are a step ahead.
If it grows in Wisconsin, chances are that we grow it here.
Here in Franklin sits the Hunger Task Force farm.
Right now we're in the Hoop House.
The Hoop House is where we met up with Matt King.
It just makes me really proud. It's come a long way.
A proud sight for the farm's former director, who's now the Chief Executive Officer of the Hunger Task Force.
Well, a big part of our mission and the way that we execute the mission is dignity, and so access to healthy food is a big piece of that. As we all know, it's expensive to eat healthy, and fresh produce is a reality for a lot of people who are living in poverty that they just don't have access to. So this farm is now our most significant source of fresh produce for our food pantry network.
The hoop houses are only part of the operation. This was once a family farm going back to the 1800s. Milwaukee County now owns the land and has a lease agreement with Hunger Task Force.
This is 200 acres of land. 100 acres of that is a nature preserve with the Root River running through it.
The rest of the land is for farming.
We have over 900 fruit trees out here.
Apples and pears are out in the orchards. Elsewhere, they grow a variety of crops, from lettuce to peppers, tomatoes to cabbage.
We will, on the farm this growing season, grow about 500,000 pounds of produce.
Going for the dry spots.
King says the farm has a staff of 7, so the more than 5,000 community volunteers each year play a critical role, doing jobs from planting to preparing produce for distribution.
Fresh produce that we grow here, we're actually able to grow for less than it would cost for us to purchase.
All of that produce goes to a network of food pantries and senior sites. King says more than 150 sites around southeast Wisconsin.
The farm is really unique within the national landscape of food banks.
Hunger Task Force CEO Matt King also tells us food banks in other states have come here to learn about the farm and see if they can replicate it in their own community.
Still to come, people power at Hunger Task Force, the volunteers giving their time and talent to the mission.
And it's better than a day at the office.
And later,
Elderly, blind, or disabled people may have a hard time getting to the store.
One-stop shopping at Hunger Task Force's mobile market.
1942, what a saving.
Well, we always ask our viewers to help Hunger Task Force especially, and for me to be able to see the great work they do and the efficiency that the organization is run with, and makes me be more genuine when I ask viewers for help. Gives you a little credit? Gives me a little credit, absolutely.
We got a lot done, and that was fun. Now, earlier this year, the WISN 12 team had a day of service at Hunger Task Force's warehouse. Volunteers helped keep the organization running.
prominent Milwaukee companies and their employees are part of the people power fighting hunger in our community.
I think we have 42 team members here. Like, this isn't live, is it? We're very humbled to be here. We're together. Move it! And we're hungry to make a difference. Roll it!
Michael Grzybowski and the Century Company's team helped sort donated food for the Hunger Task Force.
And it's better than a day at the office.
Grzybowski says his team has been volunteering here for about 6 years.
You know, this is the together part.
And adds it's important to value how your time can help those in need.
Making a difference and enjoying the day to giving back.
U.S. government statistics show volunteering since 2019 has dropped in all demographic groups. Still in Wisconsin, about 25% of residents formally volunteer, giving more than 72 million hours of their time. The Hunger Task Force relies on more than 16,000 volunteers every year.
We're in this now. We're a team. Woo! You guys absolutely killed it!
We couldn't do what we do without volunteers.
You know, just be blessed to do something like this.
They're in every single fiber of everything that we do.
Feels awesome.
The Hunger Task Force can always use volunteers. If you're interested, there are easy ways to get involved. You can sign up as an individual or as a group and pick your interests, such as food sorting or making stock boxes. Head over to WISN.com/hunger to register or to make a monetary donation. Your time and treasure make a difference in the community.
Hunger Task Force serves more than 50,000 people every month. Many of them live in so-called food deserts. Those are areas that lack full grocery stores with fresh food and produce. Hunger Task Force is addressing that problem creatively. So let's go on the road with the mobile market. Customers lined up, ready and waiting. Before the truck pulls up, before the steps come out, before the market opens for business.
I'm here every month.
Margie Thompson,
I'm not getting that much.
is one of the first on board.
Let me a few of these potatoes.
She's shopping on a Tuesday afternoon.
Onions, coffee, yogurt, butter.
Just feet from her home, in the parking lot of her apartment complex. The produce,
baby carrot,
meat, and dairy.
And I just need a butter and I'm done.
All tucked into one aisle.
On this side is all the fruit.
The mobile market is a converted car trailer.
People have a lot of different varieties that they can choose from.
It's not a food pantry. The market is an actual grocery store on wheels, open to everyone
If they walked into the Piggly Wiggly in Oak Creek, this is exactly what they would find.
On a smaller scale, Piggly Wiggly is a partner supplying and selling the food. Do you want a receipt? Hunger Task Force
Don't forget your basket.
owns and operates the market. Volunteers
I have to carry them out for you.
help out. Where it stops is thought out.
What we look at is that there shouldn't be a grocery store within a half mile. We do not need to compete with other grocery stores, but we want to go to neighborhoods where there is a distance that has to be traveled to get to a grocery store and where access is going to be low and the need is going to be high.
The prices are discounted. Everything is half off. A federal grant helps make that possible. No cash, only food share, credit, and debit cards are accepted.
Bringing the fresh fruit and the fresh vegetables to them makes a huge difference in their personal satisfaction as well as their health.
People filled the trailer the afternoon we dropped in, the market's second stop that day.
We do 2 a day because we need to restock.
1942, what a savings.
The mobile market has given Margie Thompson what she needs. Less than $20 for the coffee, pork, veggies, and other items in her bag. Easy, convenient, and inexpensive.
It means a lot because that way I don't have to drive and I can, just come out here and save money at the same time.
The mobile market has given Margie Thompson what she needs.
All right, good job, gentlemen. We'll see you guys later.
She plans to be here, ready to shop. The market is on the road Monday through Friday. It follows the same monthly schedule, making stops around Milwaukee County. And you'll find a link to that schedule in this story on the 12 News app.
The Hunger Task Force serves the elderly, the young, and everyone in between. Coming up, the monthly day area seniors don't want to miss.
We got lots of stuff for you today.
Plus, how Hunger Task Force keeps kids fed when school is not in session.
They had carrots and meatballs and rice.
You eat the carrots?
Why is volunteering important to you?
Because I think it's important to give back and help people that need your help. I think it's very good when we can get together as a team at the station. It's team building. And everybody to work together on something that's rewarding and fun. Win-win.
WISN TV President and General Manager Jan Wade joined the station's day of service at Hunger Task Force, helping build senior stock boxes. Now, seniors are one of our most vulnerable populations. Many live on fixed incomes, face high medication costs, and have limited budgets for food.
Each month, Hunger Task Force serves more than 10,000 area seniors, making sure they have the healthy food they need. 12 News' Mallory Anderson takes us to the monthly stock box distribution at the McGovern Park Senior Center.
In Milwaukee's McGovern Park neighborhood,
I'll start here.
There's a monthly date the city seniors never miss.
It's on the calendar every month.
When the Hunger Task Force truck arrives,
We got lots of stuff for you today.
those waiting for it are greeted with a smile.
How's it going?
And a box full of nutritious food.
Hunger Task Force is here today at McGovern Park Senior Center, and this is one of our longest running stock box distributions in our network. And today we are distributing stock boxes to over 100 seniors who attend this dining site.
One back seat!
The stock boxes are full of healthy, non-perishable foods and often come with extra fruit, vegetables, and meat. The stock boxes are free for the seniors who sign up, and the program is so high in demand, it now has a waiting list. Over the past year, Hunger Task Force has seen a 40% increase in people needing their services.
Just about everybody's on fixed income. You can't buy everything at the grocery store to last for the complete month. So this provides excellent assistance for them so that they'll be able to get their proper nutrition that they need to stay healthy.
Assembly of the boxes is also a labor of love.
I'm very humbled to be here. We're together and we're hungry to make a difference.
Volunteers fill them to the brim.
Hunger Task Force is supported by over 15,000 volunteers every year, and one of those special groups that comes and has been helping us for many years is the staff at WISN. But it's just a really great way to show the partnership that we have in the community with the station, highlighting the awareness for the stock box program, but also coming by and getting hands-on work to help build those stock boxes that are being distributed.
Keep up the good work because we really need it as seniors.
It's an effort these seniors don't take for granted.
Thank you all for all you do.
You're welcome.
With each month's distribution leaving them with full bellies and full hearts.
Keep doing what you're doing. It's important, and we are grateful that you're there to assist in whatever way is needed to keep people healthy, full, and enjoying life.
In Milwaukee's McGovern Park,
Have a good one.
Mallory Anderson, WISN 12 News.
The school year is well underway, and schools are a place where kids can count on a meal.
As part of our expanded commitment to Hunger Task Force, we've been highlighting the organization's work all year long. That includes the summer and making sure children have healthy meals even when they're not in class. 12 News' Kristen Pierce reports on the summer meal program.
Good?
Yes. For 20 years, the Hunger Task Force has been feeding children in Milwaukee during the summer.
What is a nectarine?
The summer meal program is a collaboration with different organizations. It allows families to save money on food, ensures children have access to healthy meals, and encourages kids to get active, whether it's with their feet or their hands. Do you want red, yellow, or white plate? Red.
During the summertime, when childhood hunger is at its highest, that's when we come together with our Milwaukee partners to provide these summer meals to feed our kids.
You all are bridging that gap.
We are bridging that gap and very happy to do so.
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, in 2022, more than 13 million children lived in households that could not afford to buy enough food for their families. In the state of Wisconsin, the AG department identifies about 10% of all homes are facing food insecurity.
These kids deserve the best, that their bodies are nourished so their minds can grow fully. And they deserve during summer to still have access to that and to have access to all the other great things.
The need in Milwaukee apparent.
We get dropped off here.
Do you come for the meals? How often do you come for the meals?
Every day.
Every day.
It's something to help, you know, because there's a lot of people that come to this park and sometimes need to eat.
Parks, rec centers, churches, schools, 170 meal sites throughout Milwaukee.
They're walkable. Kids can access them. They're in a walking distance.
Did you eat the carrots though?
Yeah.
Everything else did you eat? Okay, good job. You did good. Awesome.
That's Kristen Pierce reporting. The summer meal program is for anyone 18 years old and younger. You can send a text message to find the closest meal site to you, and you'll find that information on the 12 News app. Coming up, behind the scenes at a food pantry.
It's a place where clients can get food and more.
I mean, food is literally the basis of our well-being. It feeds our mind, it feeds our gut. Food is everything.
Welcome back to our celebration of WISN TV's 70 years of service and our partnership with Hunger Task Force.
So many of us have been both blessed and fortunate enough to have never needed to rely on a food bank.
But for those who do, a food pantry is a literal lifesaver. Let's go behind the scenes now at one of the 44 food pantries Hunger Task Force supports. It's right near Pfizer Forum, and it's set up to look and feel like a grocery store to honor the dignity of its clients. On the corner of 6th and McKinley in Milwaukee, there's a one-stop shop called Vivint Health.
People can come in and see their doctor, they see their dentist, they see an attorney for legal help.
Nutrition Director Kelly Hurt sees it's a place with abundant opportunities.
But the variety, I would say, is really unique. We believe food is an essential part of healthcare, and having a pantry is the first step to making that happen. A lot of our frozen meat and vegetables comes from Hunger Task Force. We're able to save a lot of money there.
The Hunger Task Force supplies more than a third of the food on the shelves here.
Stigma is extremely prevalent when it comes to food pantries. People might feel it themselves thinking, I've failed, I need to go get free food. That's not it at all.
And Vivint tries to create an atmosphere that's welcoming.
It's familiar to people. You can shop, you kind of know what you're looking for, and it also increases autonomy for making healthier choices. We have little nutrition education bites right here.
A dietitian is even on hand to help.
I mean, food is literally the basis of our well-being. It feeds our mind, it feeds our gut. Food is everything. Yeah. It's an essential piece of healthcare. Food is really expensive, and we are lucky to have super nutrient-dense food here for people to choose from.
There are some indulgences available as well, something that's welcome in the donation bin.
How important is it to think above the peanut butter?
Things like coffee, tea, condiments, super important. You know, we can give out rice all day, every day, but I don't know many people who eat rice without any sort of spices or sauce.
So not just fruits and vegetables,
right.
You get to have a little bit of fun here too.
Again, all about balance.
Hunger Task Force tells us more than 22,000 people use those food pantries. Thank you for watching and helping us celebrate our 70 years of service.
From all of us at WISN 12,
Celebrating 70 years.